Welcome to our comprehensive exploration of the housing market in 2023. This year has been a roller coaster ride, with the market witnessing a myriad of changes, from skyrocketing prices to shifting buyer behaviors. We're here to untangle the web, offering a broad overview of the current state of the housing market. We'll delve into the key factors influencing the market, from interest rates and economic policies to employment rates and demographic shifts. We'll also take you on a journey across the country, providing a regional analysis of the most significant growth areas, stagnation zones, and declining regions. And of course, we'll gaze into our crystal ball to share expert predictions for what 2024 might have in store for us. Will the market crash? What should homebuyers and sellers expect? Stay with us as we unpack the intricacies of the 2023 housing market. In 2023, the housing market presented a multitude of trends and patterns. It was a year that saw the real estate sector sway like a pendulum, balancing between the forces of supply and demand. Prices, often the most visible indicator of market health, painted a complex picture. In some areas, they soared sky high, propelled by an insatiable demand. In others, they remained stagnant, mirroring the cautious sentiment of the buyers. Sales trends, another critical barometer, also revealed intriguing insights. In the first half of 2023, sales were robust, riding the wave of low interest rates and an optimistic economic outlook. However, as the year progressed, sales began to temper, reflecting the impact of inflation and tighter lending standards. Inventory levels, the unsung hero of the housing market, played a significant role too. At the start of the year, the market was characterized by low inventory levels, creating a seller's market where demand outstripped supply. But as we moved through the year, inventory levels began to rise, giving buyers more options to choose from. To understand these trends, one needs to look beyond the surface. The market narrative was shaped not merely by numbers on a chart, but by the stories behind those numbers. And who better to delve into these stories than the experts themselves? Economists and real estate professionals provided valuable commentary throughout the year, shedding light on the intricate dynamics at play. From their perspective, the market in 2023 was influenced by a myriad of factors. Rising interest rates, changing economic policies, and shifting demographics all played their part. Each factor, like a cog in a machine, contributed to the larger market narrative. These are the key trends that shaped the housing market in 2023. It was a year of change, challenges, and opportunities, reflecting the ever-evolving nature of the real estate sector. As we look back, we gain valuable insights that not only help us understand the past, but also equip us to navigate the future. Several factors have made significant impacts on the housing market. Let's explore these key elements that are shaping our current market landscape. Firstly, interest rates. As you may know, interest rates are a powerful tool that can either stimulate or slow down the economy. When interest rates are low, it's cheaper to borrow money, making homeownership more accessible to many. Conversely, when rates rise, mortgages become more expensive, potentially cooling off the housing market. Next up, economic policies. These can range from tax laws affecting property owners to regulations on mortgage lending. For instance, policies promoting home ownership can drive demand, while stricter mortgage requirements can limit who's able to buy. Employment rates also play a significant role. When more people are employed and earning a steady income, they're more likely to buy homes. On the other hand, high unemployment can lead to less demand and potentially lower house prices. Finally, let's talk about demographic shifts. As different generations enter or exit the housing market, they bring different needs and wants. Baby boomers might be downsizing or moving into retirement communities, while millennials could be looking for their first homes. And let's not forget Generation Z, who are just starting to dip their toes into the housing market. It's important to note that these factors don't operate in isolation. They interplay in complex ways that can amplify or counteract each other. For example, low interest rates might normally boost the housing market, but if they're accompanied by high unemployment, the effects could be muted. And remember, while we can identify these factors and understand their general effects, predicting exactly how they'll impact the housing market can be much trickier. There are always unforeseen events and trends that can throw a wrench into the most careful analyses. So, as we navigate this ever-changing landscape, it's crucial to stay informed and adaptable. These influences continue to shape the housing market in profound ways. The housing market varies greatly from region to region. It's not just about the overarching national trends, It's also about the nuanced shifts happening in different corners of the country. Let's start with the East Coast. Here, we're seeing a steady growth trend, fueled by a number of factors. Cities like Boston and New York continue to attract young professionals seeking job opportunities, while areas like the Carolinas are drawing in retirees with their mild climates and affordable housing. Local experts attribute this growth to a blend of economic opportunities and lifestyle choices. Shifting to the Midwest, it's a different story. The region is experiencing some stagnation. Despite affordable housing prices, there's been a noticeable decline in the pace of sales. Experts suggest that this could be due to a number of factors, including demographic shifts and economic uncertainties. Now let's head over to the West Coast. Here, certain areas are grappling with a decline. High living costs, particularly in cities like San Francisco and Los Angeles, have prompted many to seek more affordable housing options elsewhere. However, it's not all gloom and doom. Some areas, such as Portland and Seattle, have seen growth thanks to a thriving tech sector. Down south, the market displays a mixed bag of trends. While some areas, like Texas and Florida, are witnessing a surge in their housing markets due to an influx of out-of-state residents, others are struggling with slow growth. Across the nation, experts' perspectives add depth to our understanding of these regional trends. Their insights, gleaned from years of experience and deep knowledge of local markets, provide valuable context to the raw data. From the thriving corridors of the East Coast to the struggling markets of the Midwest, the booming tech hubs of the West Coast to the mixed trends in the South, the housing market is a tapestry of diverse regional stories. As we continue to navigate the complexities of the housing market, it's crucial to remember that national trends only tell part of the story. The real insight lies in drilling down to understand what's happening on a regional level. These regional differences paint a diverse picture of the housing market. Each region, with its unique blend of factors and trends, contributes to the ever-evolving narrative of the real estate landscape. Looking ahead, we turn our attention to the projections for 2024. The crystal ball of real estate is clouded by a variety of factors, but let's make sense of what the experts have to say. Firstly, buyer behavior is expected to see some interesting shifts. As remote work continues to be the norm for many, the demand for homes in less dense, more affordable areas is projected to rise. This could lead to a decentralization of housing demand, with less focus on major city centers. On the construction front, the experts predict an interesting trajectory. The demand for new homes is expected to remain robust, but the supply side is grappling with escalating costs of construction materials and labor shortages. This could lead to a slower pace of new builds, keeping the housing supply tight and prices on the uptick. Government policies, too, will play a key role. With interest rates expected to rise gradually throughout 2024, we could see a cooling effect on the fervor of the market. How the government handles the affordability crisis will also be a major influence. Measures such as tax credits for first-time homebuyers or changes in zoning laws to encourage more construction could shake up the market dynamics. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room, the predictive models. While these are far from perfect, they can give us a sense of possible outcomes. Most models suggest a slowing of price growth as compared to the breakneck speed of the past few years. We're likely to see a more balanced market, with moderate price increases and a slight uptick in inventory levels. However, these models also warn of potential risks. A sudden economic downturn, a sharp rise in interest rates, or a burst of the inflation bubble could all trigger a market correction. It's a delicate balancing act, and the market's resilience will be tested. These are the predictions and expectations for the housing market in 2024. Like any forecast, it's not set in stone. The market will continue to evolve, influenced by a myriad of factors. But as they say, knowledge is power, and being informed helps us navigate the uncertainties ahead. A looming question on everyone's mind: will the housing market crash in 2024? Let's examine different viewpoints and data. History has a way of repeating itself, and housing market crashes have happened before. But is that enough to say it will happen again? Not necessarily. Current indicators such as interest rates, employment rates, and economic policies all play a role in determining the health of the housing market. Some experts argue that the market is overheated and a correction is due, while others believe it's merely adjusting to the new normal post-pandemic. Adding to these complexities are speculative factors like potential shifts in buyer behavior, construction trends, and government policies. It's a mixed bag of opinions, creating a fog of uncertainty. But one thing is clear: the future of the housing market is not set in stone. Only time will tell if these predictions of a market crash come to fruition. In conclusion, the housing market is a complex landscape, influenced by a multitude of factors. Our journey today has shown us the intricacies of the market and the key influences shaping it. If you're a potential homebuyer or seller, remember to stay informed, consider regional trends, and keep an eye on economic indicators. It's also crucial to remain flexible, as market conditions can change. With this knowledge, you are now better equipped to navigate the housing market of 2023 and beyond.